Hello, welcome to my channel, A Budgeting Wife. And if you are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you are notified that I am budgeting. Before I get started, if you are a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back to budget with me and support me during this financial journey as I navigate through how to make my money stretch through the month. And to all of my viewers, I hope after this video, you will consider subscribing. Hello everyone, how are you all doing? I am doing okay today. So in today's video, we are going to be closing out week 3, setting up week 4. So as you all can see, we are in the calendar spread for March. Today is the 20th and all the bills have gotten paid for this week already. As you can see, this week right here, we have no bills, but I do have variable expenses. So let's go ahead and jump right into our budget paycheck budget tracker. Okay, so we are looking at our March paycheck budget tracker for the week of the 12th through the 18th of March. So we are going to be starting with our income section. So for income, we actually did receive the $49.22. We received $573.82. These are rollovers. Source number 4, I did put $208. And I did have to pull from my emergency $120 because I did go overboard this week and I spent a little bit too much money this week, so I had to go into my emergency and pull out $120 to make up the difference from what I spent, and my emergency is not for that. So I mean, it kind of is, but it isn't. So my thing is, now that I had to borrow from my emergency, I'm going to have to put that back like immediately, because if I didn't overspend the previous week, then I wouldn't have never went into my emergency to pull this money from. So, and then we did have a cash deposit of $55. So our income total for the third week of March is $1,006.04. So the bills that got paid this week were our car insurance, which is number 1, $77.49, and number 2 is $160. Green light got paid at $4.99. The lights got paid at $63.51. The water got paid. Water, we did have water delivered, so it did bring that up from our usual $6.99. $6.99 is just the rental for the cooler. So when they brought me the water, I got charged. So Carna this week, we paid $3.18. And then we had another Carna at $16.41. And then we have Apple Care, which is my iPhone 12 Pro Max insurance, at $13.49. So that brings our bill total to $357.54, giving us a leftover of $648.50. Okay, so with the $648.50, we brought it down to our week 3's envelope, which is variable expenses. So for gas, we budgeted $50, but we spent $48.55. And for food out, we budgeted $10, and we spent $9.09. So that gave us an envelope total of $57.64, with $590.86 remaining. So as you know, what we do, we just go ahead and put that towards our extra savings, and we will roll that over to next week. So for rollover number 1, we have $259.02. And for rollover number 2, we have $331.84, giving us a savings total of $590.86 with zero left over. Now we are going to go ahead and jump into week 4's paycheck budget tracker. Okay, we are looking at our March's paycheck budget tracker for the week of the 19th through the 25th, and that is week 4 for me. So we are going to start with our income section for this week. So for income, we're not getting any income coming in. We just have leftover from last week. So I call that rolling over. So that's why it's rolling over. It's named rollover number 1, rollover number 2. So for rollover number 1, we are budgeting $259.02 to roll over. And for rollover number 2, we are budgeting $331.84. So let's go ahead and get our income total for week 4. So we have $259.02 plus $331.84. That gives us an income total for week 4 of $590.86 for week 4 of March. I don't expect any income to come in anymore, but if it do, I will go ahead and put that in the actual because I'm not budgeting it to come in. Okay, so our income total for week 4 is $590.86. So for the bills this week, this is our last week worth of bills. And they have all been paid. So we are going to go ahead and fill this out. So for Netflix, that's an automatic payment due on the 19th. And I'm going to be budgeting $9.99. For Apple Storage, that is an automatic payment due on the 19th. And I'm going to be budgeting $2.99. For half of the car note, that is due on the 20th at $160. Let me go ahead and mark off my income so I know what income is paying which bills. Okay. For the 4th, that's an automatic payment due on the 20th, which is today. And that is $274.37. Okay, Klarna's payment was $31.14. Let me go ahead and take a look at that just to be on the safe side. Yes, that is $31.14. Okay. And for our renter's insurance for this week is $23.24. Okay, let's go ahead and add up all of our bills for the last week of March, which is the last week of bills that need to be paid because next week I have no bills. That'll be it. Okay, so we have $9.99 plus $2.99 plus $160 plus $274.37 plus $31.14 plus $23.24. That gives us a bill total of $501.73. So let's go ahead and subtract our income. So we have $590.86. We are going to subtract our $501.73. That gives us a leftover of $89.13. So I am going to go ahead and bring that down here to our variable expenses. So I did go out to eat. So it's going to reflect this week's, on this week's paycheck tracker. So for gas, I am going to be budgeting $40 for gas. And for food out, I'm going to be budgeting $16.31. Okay, and that is all for this week. As you can see with our leftover, we don't have much left. So we're going to subtract the 40 and we're going to subtract the 16.31. Okay, that gives us a leftover of $32.82. But let me go ahead and add it up. 40 plus 16.31. That gives us 56.31. Okay, so with this $32.82, I am just going to go ahead and transfer this balance over here to our extra savings. And we have rollover number 1 at $32.82, which gives us $32.82 with 0 left over. Okay, so this is how our paycheck budget tracker is looking like for the 4th week of March, and we are really low on funds. And next week, even though I don't have bills next week, I do have variable expenses as far as gas. So 9 times out of 10, this balance will be just going to gas for next week. So what I do want to go ahead and do is show you guys the beginning pages of the book. And I just want to go ahead and play catch up with the pages in the beginning of the book. Okay, so I decided to do this page a little different. So what I've decided to do, since the amounts up here, I know that those amounts are not going to happen, but those are my limits of what I want to save for each category. So the way I am going to be doing this page, these pages are, each block represents a month instead of a amount. So this is January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Now, with that being said, when I color in each block, that means that I have contributed to that category. For example, January. This is January. January, I contribute to emergency, my car maintenance, my car insurance deductible, education, moving, gifts and holidays, Christmas, and family fun. I put in something towards these categories. I don't care the amount. It was just that I did do something with those categories. Now, as you see, February, all I was able to do was just put in my emergency. I wasn't able to do car maintenance or none of the rest of the sinking funds. So, now we are in March. I am going to be able to color in a block because I did put $20 in my emergency. So I am going to be coloring in this soon, but I wasn't able to fill in none of the rest of the sinking funds, which is okay. That's why I'm not really worried about the amounts at the top. I'm just going by the month that I was able to put something towards each category. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to our next page, which is the yearly spending overview. So this page right here tells me what I have spent on each category. So as you can see, we are getting into the meat and potatoes of the yearly spending. And I do like to put the starting balance on top because that do play a big role in closing out your month, and the balance of what is left and the total amount of expenses. So when March is over, I will go ahead and fill in all the total amounts that we spent in each category. So as I'm looking at January and February, our total expenses were kind of our total expenses was less in January than they were in February. So as you can see, in January we started off with 0. That's why there's nothing left. And our balance left over, we carried that over to February. And then we got our balance from February, we carried that to March. So that's how I'm doing this page here. I'm keeping track of these expenses: rent, utilities, insurance, monthly subscriptions, yearly subscriptions, and debt. And then my variable expenses are down here. So that's gas, household, food out, me, daughter, son, miscellaneous, car wash, car accessories. I am keeping track of my savings spent and how much I'm saving, and then school, how much I'm spending for school. Okay, so this page right here is the yearly balance overview. And I am keeping track of my emergency savings balance. So as you can see, from January to February, it did increase. But as far as when I go ahead and fill in March, it's going to decrease because I did pull 120 from my emergency fund. So it is going to be showing when I do fill this area out. Okay, so our bill tracker is just our bill tracker. It tells us that each bill has gotten paid, yes or no. So our 3 months, we have all the bills have been paid. And on this page right here, I'm just keeping track of my Ally interests. So when I first started, I opened up my Ally account. In December, we got $8.17 worth of interest. And in January, we got $13.23 worth of interest. February, we got $13.64. And then in March, we got $12.22. I just like to keep track of the interest that I am accruing in Ally, so I can just, see what I need to do with that money. And that is all for this video. Yeah. Let's see. Yep, that's it for this video. I want to thank you all so much for joining me today, stopping by to budget with me. I really, 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 really do appreciate it. Next time you guys see me, we are going to be closing out our week 4. And we are going to be setting up our week 5. So thank you so much for stopping by, joining me today. I appreciate it. Until next time, you all take care. Bye-bye.